Well, hi there, everybody. You've all heard the old joke about, the guy that pulls over in his car to ask directions, and the bloke says, "Oh, you want to get there? Oh, I wouldn't start from here if I were you." Well, that's kinda the story of this video. Now, once upon a time, at the side of the house, at the kitchen door, there was a dirty great slope. But the wife in her infinite wisdom said, "Build a little deck there," so I did. Now the deck was good, but it also being a deck on the outside, it sloped away a little bit. And it was on a sloping site, but that was no crisis, water ran off it. But now I'm attempting to build something on top of it. Beginning with some nice bits we managed to grab off Gumtree for a couple of quid. A nice big front door and a nice big window. Good starting point, methinks. Hey, it's the front door. Oh, well, front straight. Cool then, got these scabby old gates. I used to have a deck here that I built on a sloping site, which is now coming up again, taking it all up. Yeah, because what I'd like to build is straight up from the end, but unfortunately this wall leans a bit, as you can see. The wall is a bit of a piss, so I'm going to have to drop it short, which means I can't go onto the end board of this here. I've got to come over a bit to there. It's taking all the deck up, putting a new joist about there, and then putting it all back together again with a new floor. Oh, and making it watertight. The fun we have. Right, it's hissing down. Luckily, I've managed to get enough built to allow me to throw a little temporary structure together to keep me reasonably dry. Not great, just thrown a beam across. Believe it or not, it's actually square. It's already been done properly, but for now I've got a couple of bits of plastic up in the air to stop me getting soaked while I do other works. One bonus of this job, right enough, does mean it's given me an excuse to use the new toy. Woohoo! It's raining, I'm getting wet and I'm getting annoyed. Stop pissing with me. Well, it's been raining on and off for days now, which has slowed progress down somewhat on the outside. But finally, today, I have got a complete roof. Yay! It's tipping down, and inside it's relatively dry. Of course, it's still pissing down in all the gaps, but can't have everything. Now, have you ever put on plastic shiplap cladding? No, neither have I. And as a result, I was too busy trying to work out how to do it to bother filming it. I'm kind of aware I haven't been documenting this little job as well as I've been documenting the upstairs. Because basically the upstairs I had a clue what I was doing. It made sense, I had a plan. Whereas this little thing was kind of all my time and effort's been spent trying to work out how to bloody well do it. And by the time you're doing that, spending time actually filming it is an extra pain in the arse. So this is really just an update and a little explanation of the issues that you kind of have. updated things is it's now watertight. Ooh. I shall show you. At this end we have the nice door that I think I may have showed you before, and it's surround, and we have the window there. But I say watertight, not quite, but a little gap at the top of there to solve. But the roof is all on, and the walls have been all clad, plastic shiplap, nothing too fancy there. And at the boring end I've just stuck together a 40 quid lumps of wood just nailed together and left a little hole where the cap flap's going to go. So relatively straightforward stuff. Put down a little bit, put a bit of the decking back to give us a little step out the back, and you can see it's just jolly old white shiplap. Still got the gutter to put on, still got all the edging to do, so plenty to do, never get bored. But by means of a kind of an explanation why everything's taken so long and it's a bit of a pain. For example, let's stick the floor down. Well, this was designed to have a deck on it, not floor. So I keep having to add little bits of wood here and there to make stuff fit. And because we're trying to keep the budget down, this is all recycled stuff, flooring from upstairs, to kind of make it fit. And I've got to maintain access to this pipe work, even though I've put the nice shoe rack up on the wall now. Still got to be painted and a little shelf and an enclosure there. So how do I enclose that neatly without making that inaccessible? All the little ins and outs and bits of wood that are just being sort of bashed in because it was all kind of built in the vernacular style. So as you can see, many issues. Every time I wanted to do something, I've had to think 4 steps ahead as to what that's going to impact a bit later. And it was never designed to have a shed on top of it. It was a little base to stop us getting dirty coming into the kitchen, dirty feet coming into the kitchen. But everything's on a slope, and I try to keep the upright. So we've got a sloping floor, everything else on top of it's square, and it's kind of coming together. But as you can see, the flooring is one of the major issues. I've got to add little bits of wood here and there just to make the planks fit and not have edges that are hanging off. So there's a little update. I'll update more when I got the floor down. Got to put some nice insulation in the floor. This stuff, I'm going to shove that under the floor. It should keep a bit of heat in, and 2, it should stop any moisture from underneath coming up into what is effectively chipboard. Not ideal for an outside building's floor. Again, try to do this on the cheap. It's a building that's going to get knocked down in a couple of years' time when we do it properly. But there's an update. Look at that. Cracking the whip. Get working, women. Just because you're on holiday.
Martin just put the last pieces of the wall. There's a box in there, and there's a box in there. We just put the undercoat for the wood, and the details hasn't finished yet, and all the drawings are showing. So the wallpaper hopefully will do the trick, and just
And now all the woodwork's finished. All the hard work's finished. Anyway, as you can see. Some painting has been done. Whoa! Some painting has been done. That has to be PIR I've got on the far end there. Painted in. Floor in. Just got to do a bit of more stuff, and once the painting's been finished, we'll put everything back together again. But for now, that's all the hard work done, which means tomorrow, while Emmy is doing the decorating stuff, I'm back up the stairs. Yay!